Jaime, I am your father.
No! It's not true! It's impossible!
Hey everyone, welcome to Threshold. Let's go around and meet the players.
All right. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm playing Transmodavon Tartaric Valerius the 13th, or Vel. I think that's the first time I've said the whole name. But I'm an elf wizard, and there's lots of things going on around us right now.
All right. Hey everybody, I'm Casey. I'm playing Clarion Johns, and my phone shut up, so now I get to strum my guitar. Level 6 bard, and lots of things are happening.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm playing Rasper Hawkborn, human fighter shovelgut man. He's drunk. He's exhausted. He's partying hard with Jaime.
He's drunk. He's exhausted. He doesn't realize we're fighting people right now.
Hey everyone, my name's Brian. I play Jaime Something, a level 5 warlock, level 1 rogue, level inconsequential rogue. He does stuff like, but yes, he is also drunk and also exhausted, and he just saw his father.
Hi, my name is Pamela. I play Christine Nostromo, a human fighter. Why do I think about that? Level 6. And we are currently in the Vinodrome in Sheraton, and as Brian said, he has just seen his father for the first time in
2 years.
2 years.
3 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Many.
Yes, many years.
Yeah, 6 months traveling, year and a half post.
Right.
So
Like 2 years.
2 and some
A
change.
little more. Yeah.
Great, some reminders. Rasper and Jaime, you are still disadvantaged.
Yes.
You have not rested. Spell levels everyone's spells are still where they are. I believe Vel is like totally running on
I got
fumes.
3 spells, but they're higher level ones.
Clarion, I think you probably are still good to go.
I think I used the wand, so I think the wand.
Okay.
might
Oh
be
yeah, you
bad.
did. You shot a bunch of stuff out of the wand.
I have all my spells.
Exactly.
I have
none.
all your spells too.
We
So
all have spells.
God, I was hurt.
anyway, if you remember, Jaime went to the ocean to wash his face off, to wash some blood off of his face, because some elven forces from the I guess now mostly disbanded Cruor Potentia have attacked the Vinodrome. They landed on shore and were looking to maybe kidnap some people. And Jaime's dad, when Jaime was washing his face off with his mask, Jaime said, "Jaime, my son."
And Jaime writes himself up, and he goes, "Father?"
He to remind you what he looks like. Darius has long hair, kind of a darker color, starting to gray, and he has a beard, which is unusual for elves. In fact, elves aren't supposed to have beards, ever, but he does.
I love that so much.
Elves don't have beards. He has a beard. It's really uncomfortable for elves. So he kind of like looks at Jaime for a second. You can see some more like Cruor agents are starting to come at you guys. Christine, one of them is going to try to stab you. He just bounces off of your armor.
I'm wearing armor now?
Oh no, excuse me, not actually, then I guess I do hit you.
Well, you want to make a check? To
I
see what
did.
you do?
I just did. I rolled a 13.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about your AC earlier.
Yeah.
So he stabs you for 4 damage.
Okay.
And then as you're being hit, Jaime, you see your father's eyes, Darius's eyes, kind of dart over to where that Cruor agent is, and he just like sticks his hand out and shoots some of his own blood out of his hands and just impales the Cruor agent like through the head, and the guy falls to the ground, and the other Cruor agents kind of like look at each other and they start to back away. And then you see him again. He has like deep cuts in his arms, where just like there's a ton of blood leaking out, and he sort of extends it into like 2 whips and just kind of like flings it at the Cruor agents. And he, I'll roll some dice for this. Why not? And yeah, he kills many of them or injures a lot of them. And he kind of shouts at them. And he says, "Get out of here! I'm done with you!" And they, like, look at him and they go, "But the glory of Axacath." And he says, "I don't care about your Axacath. Our deal is over." And they, like, look at each other and they're really confused. They're like the 2 that are remaining alive. And then they start to leave. They, like, run out. Some other people, the city guard is starting to come in from the back. Youngsies is present, and she looks around confused. I'm trying to like remember as many details as I can here. And then things start to calm down, and immediately Dave. Now that those guys have started to flee, Davon like whips his head around back to Jamie. Darius, excuse me. Too many D names. Darius whips his head back towards back to Jamie and says, "What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
You're supposed to be in Espervald."
Your face is all cut up. Like, I'm looking for you.
You're not supposed to be looking for me. You're supposed to be in Espervald, where I left you.
Alone and without any sort of...
There was a workshop to guard, Jamie. There were things to be done. He puts his hands behind his back.
The workshop is fine, Father. I locked it and the oven was off.
Who brought you here?
I came of my own accord with a group of traveling heroes.
And if you hadn't left, well, I doubt you. Well, you'd still have to worry about getting older, I'd wager.
He whips his head and he says, "Transmodavon, it's good to see you."
Oh, hi.
He says, "I was hoping that you would be able to fill me in on the results of our research."
Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you.
He like is puzzled by that.
Okay. Yeah. So looks like. Wait. Oh. You're the Darius from Davon's journal.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We are research partners.
Right. You and Davon. Right. Yes. Us. We. Yeah.
Yes. You are Transmodavon Tarek Valerius?
Yes. Yes. I am now.
Okay. Yes.
Good. Yes. So, Marble Slab ended up in Marenton. Moon Goddess, power to Jamie. Jamie, power into Marble Slab. Happy.
Bada boom.
He looks
immortal. Thanks to this guy and also that guy, but mostly sometimes this guy.
He says, "So the vessel project was a success.
Yes.
After all, how were you able to get the inferior energy out of the vessel?"
I mostly just referred to my predecessor's notes. It took a while to decrypt, but
I see. So your caster was unable to train you.
He perished before I was able to meet up with him. But thanks to these fine people, I was able to recover his notes.
I see. Well, good to see the line is unbroken.
More or less.
Your dad's kind of a dick.
Mind speak. Yum.
He says, "I'm sorry for the unpleasantness with those elves.
Yeah.
They taught me. I was exchanging for using some of my work on the vessel project to attempt to bring back their demon god to this plane. They were able to teach me some about their blood magic, which is very fascinating."
That all sounds bad.
He shrugs.
It seems you've learned quite a bit about blood magic, Father.
Indeed. And it seems that you have somehow learned even more about being insolent.
Like light in the eyes and like...
I hate to break up this wonderful family reunion, but I don't think this is the correct place for it.
He like looks around. He says, I don't understand.
Neither do I.
We're here. Yes.
Could perhaps we go back to your place somewhere more private where we could all talk and
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Great.
Fine to me. Clarion, can I talk to you for a second?
Sure, I'd love to step away from all that.
Clarion, what is going on?
I think that's Jamie's dad.
Okay, and what's he doing here? And did he was he working with the people who just...
I think that was a ploy that he used them to get across the ocean to
And
come
he's
here.
met Vel before?
Some weird elf thing about transcending generational gaps or something.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but yeah, let's get everyone let's everyone get back to my place. And I'll go get us some gondolas. Maybe Rasper and Christine, if you want to collect the armor
Yes.
and weapons. And I picture Rasper still like punching.
Rasper's still been fighting in the background.
Yeah. What? Huh?
And I'll go hire us some gondolas.
Thank you so much.
I'll leave the Clarion, do you want to come with me?
Absolutely.
Great. And meanwhile, the three elven, the 2.5 elves,
That's a sitcom right there.
I'd watch that.
continue to
Elves.
they continue to stand around. Darius is looking right at Jamie after that last exchange.
Where's Rose?
Rose, she, like a good member of this team, is down in the homeland at the other workshop.
Well, is she okay?
Yes, she's fine. Because she listens.
Well, you left on such...
We don't have time for this. Transmodavon, I would like to, if possible, go to the location where the moon goddess was able to return. I think that there's some important things that we can learn.
Oh, yeah, sure. I have a lot of stuff there that I would like anyway. So, sure. Christine, Marenton, maybe?
Yes.
I guess the festival's about over anyway.
Marenton. That's north of here?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's the night tower. Perfect. We can leave in the morning.
Yes.
Great.
I imagine we can be there by tomorrow evening.
Do you have a boat?
No. You're getting armor.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry, I was just like,
Oh.
what? I was
didn't
doing checklists, and I was like,
I didn't realize she was gone. No, so I was
And
trying
that's
to-
what
I was
I-
speaking over my shoulder as I left.
Great. Yeah, I have a lot of questions and gaps that because of the nature of my predecessor's passing, I was not able to fill in.
good.
I'd love to
I
pick
should
mine
be able
up.
to fill you in on those as much as possible.
Fantastic. No time like the present. If so, where did I assume Davon was? He was coming down south from the north.
Yes.
With the slab, I assume probably from you. You mentioned Espervald.
Yes.
Where did the slab come from? What?
The slab was found by Davon, and with a little bit of conjunction with some divination, those divination types. They were able to come up with this energy signature, and we were able to track it down.
And it was in the north.
Yes, it was. Well, yes, it was. It was to the north a little bit north of Marenton.
Oh, okay. So he actually hadn't been traveling very far with it.
No.
Fascinating. I wonder. So his research was still incomplete when last you talked to him.
Mostly, we had this plan intact. I was hoping to try to build yet another vessel after the last one failed. But
he didn't.
apparently not.
Yes.
Apparently you were somehow able to empty him, and so for that I say congratulations.
Yeah.
He sticks out his hand awkwardly.
He saved a lot of people in the process too.
Yes, we did save a lot of people.
I
Yes.
saved a lot of people. I emptied the vessel. Me. I emptied me.
So
Yes, you did.
he just doesn't even pay Jamie much mind at all.
All right, and you said your shadow is watching over your second.
Yes,
site in
indeed.
the
She's
homeland?
yes, exactly. And luckily she's not too far away.
Fantastic.
My workshop is very close to the gate.
The gate.
Yes.
You have a gate,
Yes.
like a translocational gate.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
Yes. Yeah. No, we're going to be using the Nexus Centralis. How were you expecting us to travel?
Didn't know that we. Okay, fantastic. I didn't realize the Nexus was that operable yet.
We may have to. We may have to do a little bit of finagling. I'm sure you know how to reopen a discontinued Centralis gate.
Yeah.
Good.
Totally. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
then
a
I'm
thing
going.
I know
Then
how
I'm
to
going
do.
to need your help. Normally Rose would help me with this kind of a thing, but
Yeah, totally.
we should be able to open the portal close to Marenton, which should provide for some easy travel.
Oh, good. Yeah, that'll be great.
We may have to do some exploring in the Nexus itself, however.
Yeah, with the two of us opening the portals. It'd be good.
Youngzy says, "I have the boats. We can leave now."
Great. I come back carrying a bunch of armor and
Weapons.
weapons and
Rasper.
raspberry.
Jasper.
Weapons and raspberry.
Yeah. I'm more just in tow. I'm carrying shit and just kind of wandering.
Do you
All right.
did you grab my mask?
Yeah. Why?
Okay, I want it.
It's a hassle, but they're humans. We should probably let them sleep at least one night before we leave. Or they can sleep on the way. That's probably more efficient.
No, it's going to be easier to let them walk than to carry them.
That's true. All right. Let's follow Young Z then. I
They say,
guess.
"Great, let's go." They take you to a couple of gondolas. The gondolas sail across the city. Again, it's like 3 a.m. now.
Yeah.
I think at this
Yeah.
point.
It's pretty early.
You get back. I guess Young Z's on she's not on the Elven Island, so she's on this middle island. You go back to her house. I think some of you already have rooms. Already have rooms there. Yeah, 2 of you guys, and then you guys are shown rooms. They are nice furnishings, very nice, sort of Nodish style interior, even though the exterior of the building is sherry.
Interesting.
Well, it's not quite as homey, but I guess I can tell.
Rasper trots up to one of his rooms, opens the door, takes 3 steps forward, and collapses on the floor and falls asleep.
On the floor?
On the floor. Full armor. On the floor. Door open.
I don't think you put your armor back on.
Yeah.
Oh,
it would've
I'm
taken
trying
too
to
long.
save you here, because if you
Yeah.
sleep in armor, you're still.
You're still exhausted.
Great. He had it in his hands, and he just all over the floor.
I picture he fell on the floor, his head hit the ground, bleh, a little bit of vomit, and then.
That's about the picture I'm thinking.
Gross.
Darius looks around the big city and he says, "Such wasted space," and then he goes to the little living room, and he's actually has already started to put bandages up his hands, so he has that anime style bandage arms.
Of course.
Bandage arms look.
Fantastic.
And he sits in the middle of the living room with his legs crossed, assuming the elven meditative position for the next 4 hours.
All right. Good talk. Guess he's checked out. I'll see you all in the morning.
I think I sleep. I sleep. You sleep. We all sleep.
I sleep hard and
I
I,
don't
sleep,
sleep,
good,
but,
but I sleep
you know.
mad.
It's an angry sleep.
Sleeps, but it's an angry sleep.
It's an angry sleep.
Wonderful. The night passes uneventfully.
Every time that we sleep, I'm always wishing for those words.
The night passes.
Night passes uneventfully.
Yeah, the night passes, but Darius murders all of you.
not a spoiler alert if it's happening right now.
How long is enough time for me to not be exhausted?
8 hours.
I sleep 8 hours.
In the extra 4 hours that Vel has, he's going to try and slip out of the house without Darius knowing and find a library.
Okay, great. Give me a stealth check.
All right. Stealth, that's right. Dex 16.
Great.
All right.
Yeah, you are able to sneak out of the house, no problem.
Great. Yeah, I'm gonna preferably in the Elven district, although libraries will be a little funkier over there because it's not as a time-honored a tradition for elves.
Yes.
But yeah, and I'm gonna try and acquire as many books about portals and the Nexus as I can.
Great. Give me an intelligence check.
Ooh, I
As
like
you
those.
peruse the library.
7. Damn it.
You managed to find a few maps, and give me a luck roll.
Also 3.
Oh, okay.
This die is going away.
You open you open one of the books, and you notice that there's a extensive list on like materials needed, and then suddenly a gust of wind goes through and blows the piece of paper out the window.
No!
And a bird eats it.
Stupid bird. I'm in trouble. All right, as you are all waking up, Vel is wandering in the front door, morosely munching on a loaf of twisty bread.
That was the only time I think twisted bread has ever been eaten morosely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys wake up. Go. Feel free to jump in when there's stuff you want to do.
Don my armor and feed blood to my creepy shield.
You're feeding it your own blood.
What else would I do? Well, I would probably reopen the cut on my arm that
Just
I got.
describe
from
it.
4
Describe
damage.
it.
Okay. So I take out before I don or have one of the servants help me don my full plate. I take a small dagger and I reopen the wound that I got from the last Cruor Potentia guy who gave me 4 damage. I reopen that and I wipe some on my hand and smear it on the shield.
You see that its face kind of lights up and its mouth closes, and the shield is liftable again.
I rewrap the wound and finish putting on my full plate and head downstairs, ready to go and start the day.
Rasper wakes up late, ultimately hungover, but rested, and goes to the washroom, takes some water, wipes the blood off. He's good to go.
I think Clarion and Youngzy are in the kitchen waiting to be
Yeah,
ready to eat.
waiting to eat breakfast. Youngzy looks at Clarence and says, "So you're gonna go with them back up to Marinton?"
Yeah, I think I need to be a part of this. I don't know what your plans are.
I actually this works out. I have some other business that I should probably travel on. We're opening up a pretty large warehouse in Moray. So I think I was gonna catch a ship over there. So this works out perfectly. When should we meet again?
I think we'll be in Marinton, or I'll be able to send a letter for where I am.
Okay, let's then maybe 2 weeks from now. Then I'll I think I can probably travel to Marinton 2 weeks from now, and we can meet there.
Good.
Excellent.
I hope your time in Moray is as pleasant as I am.
I'm sure I will. Every time I hear that Morayish cadence, I'm sure I'll miss you. And she says, "So what do you want for breakfast?" But then I'll end the scene. Jaime, you are standing. There's sort of like a big entry, sort of double storied, and you're standing on the railing as you get out, and you can see your father, who's no longer meditating but is reading a book down the level below. You're glaring at him, from from the top down to the bottom.
What are you reading?
He looks up and he says, "I'm just simply perusing these books. This one looks to be a history of dragon spice, as well as several human folk remedies that are involved that use it."
Oh yes, dragon spice from the continent of Syraxis, which I just came back from after saving the people of Nod.
Mm-hmm.
Blatant lie.
He like just continues to flip the pages, and he says, "Oh,
Yes, there was a horrible chaos cult there that was destroying the entire city, trying to do some horrible things, and me and my compatriots defeated them and saved the entire city.
What horrible things was this chaos cult doing?" He like looks up at you. He looks up from the book.
They tried to awaken some sort of god being.
Did they use a living vessel?
Yes, I did actually.
And what went wrong?
It's just
Useless. I thought so. He goes back to reading his book.
Well, we stopped them from using the vessel to its full capacity.
What a shame. Perhaps we could have learned something from their success.
We've already accomplished what you wanted to accomplish.
Yes, but do we know why we accomplished it, Jamie? He like closes the book and he like throws it to the ground. Boom.
What's the point of why if we have the fact that we did?
Just because we have results, Jamie, doesn't mean we can replicate them. What if the goddess goes away a second time, Jamie?
Well, we can't spend our entire life worrying about what ifs. We should live in the moment, live with the facts that the moon goddess is back and you are immortal.
Yes.
Not me, just you.
Well.
So that's who cares? Who cares? We have our results. Now we can go back to Esmeralda and live out our lives like we were supposed to do, like how Mom wanted us to.
Don't talk about your mother, Jamie.
You don't tell me not to talk about my mother. I'm the one who actually loved her. You were just using her as another experiment, like you do everyone.
I suppose that's true.
You suppose.
Yes.
You suppose. Okay.
Yes, I suppose.
If that's how, yeah. All right. Fantastic.
Great. Let's go. Back up your things. He stands up and he picks the book up and puts it back on the shelf. He just like stands by the door, like just expectantly waiting. You get the impression that the man is a machine.
I'm full aware that he's a machine. Cold, heartless machine. Not like Terminator at all.
Oh. All right.
Back to Meriton, everybody! Yay!
Yeah, did we figure, how are we traveling up there? Boat again from Easterton? Okay. Or, no.
I thought we were using the Nexus
Yes.
Centralis.
To
Yes.
get to Meriton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize there was a gate. Oh, of course there's a gate here.
There's a gate here.
What?
Yes, it's a very reliable gate here.
Yeah,
The gate to Meriton, we're going to have to do some tracking down and possibly some rebuilding once we're in there.
What is the gate?
He like looks at you, and he looks at Bell and he says, "Transmotivon, I would have expected you to have selected more intelligent companions."
Careful who you're talking to, elf.
Yeah.
He like his eyes flick over at both of you, and he goes back.
In where? They have a lot of other good points.
As he looks over, Rasper's just picking his nose.
He says, "Val, would you care to explain? I'm going to examine some maps.
Sure. Yeah.
The less time we have to spend in there, the better."
Yes. The Nexus Centralis is at the height of the Elvish Imperium. There was a vast portal.
You do know what the Elvish Imperium is, right?
Yes, we know what the Elvish Imperium is.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Elvish Imperium? Okay.
All right. Back to
Bell,
back when
shorthand. Shorthand, please. We don't all live
10,000 years ago.
forever. We don't all live forever.
All right. Back when the elves were immortal and extended beyond the homeland and had many holdings, they were all linked by a vast portal network called the Nexus Centralis that enabled movement of troops and supplies and whatever else needed moving between all of the reach of the Imperium. However, after the fall, it broke. Like a lot of the knowledge on how to maintain the portals was lost. And honestly, we had more things to worry about than accessing the far reaches of the Imperium once most of the people were either lost or returned to the homeland. So, it's basically just a big portal network that links through the homeland and goes...
So it's like a bunch of roads, but fancy magic roads.
No. Well, yeah, no.
But it's how you get from point A to point B, right?
Yes, but there's
Very far, very quick. Okay.
Okay, yeah, good. You guys are good.
Boom.
Well, will opening a portal hurt Meriton? How does a portal open?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where is it gonna open?
I don't know. I don't know any of that. I barely learned transmutation before I took over this thing. I don't know. He's got about 700-800 years on me. So
How does a portal open?
Oh.
He looks up.
I was trying to
And he says, the gates are already built. There was an ancient one because there were some elven cities to the far reaches around Meriton. So all that we do is we find the matching portal on this map somewhere within the vast network in Premumbrum. And then we reactivate it, and then we should be able to just walk through it like it was a doorway.
So it's like doorways that have been built, and you're just putting the door back in the doorway.
Yes.
Okay.
To a road. Yes.
There's no road.
I didn't want portals opening in the middle of Meriton.
Why not?
Last time it happened, a bunch of devils jumped out.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
So, are we ready? Is there anything else you need?
I say goodbye to our gracious hosts.
Youngly says, good luck. You're gonna need it. Jamie, I'm so sorry. She like whispers in your ear, you know what I would do. And she like she smiles and winks and
Vel
says,
takes
Vel,
the twisty bread that he was about to offer her in consolation and kind of just puts it back away.
So she says, good luck, Vel. Clarion, I will see you in 2 weeks.
Give her a hug and I give her a kiss.
She kisses you. It's a nice goodbye kiss. And she says, don't die or anything like that.
I don't know how this works, but I think we can make it safely to Meriton.
Let's hope so. And she like glances over at Darius, who's standing there looking expectantly and rather impatiently. He says, it's time, and he just like turns and he walks, not waiting.
Does he know where we're going? I guess he does. Let's go.
Give my regards to Anastasia. And I leave.
She says, I will. You might see her before I will, but if I see her, then I certainly will.
Wait, why would I see her?
I don't know, because she's in Raventop. And I'm going to Murray.
Okay.
But if I will, and feel free to write her if you ever want. She receives mail both at her place here and at Raventop. So
I'm sure I'll find her eventually, and you.
yes, good luck.
Thank you for all you've done. young
Absolutely. Rasper. Darius is now a good block away.
Vel kind of scampered out after him. He didn't want to lose him.
So he walks everywhere, and he leads you. You guys follow him.
Yeah.
He leads you back to the Elven Quarter, and takes you to a small. You see that there's a small house that looks like it's adjacent to a much larger old Elven opera house, which is kind of in disrepair. And he takes you to that house, and you can see a little sign on the doorway which has a gate on it, which looks like a circle. It actually looks like an arch with like a shimmering astral substance on the door, and he knocks on the door, and it opens, and it's actually it's a half elf who opens the door, who says, "Hi, can I help?" And you can see that Darius's face kind of sours at the sight of a half elf. He's like, and she says, "Hi, welcome to the gate. Come in." He says, "Thank you." He says, "We're here."
Great. Wow, I guess I didn't even bother to think about a gate being right here. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, we have to go up there, I guess.
You see that actually this house is built, once you go inside, this is like a little waiting room, and she, beyond that, it's like a maybe only 10 foot long, the whole house, the whole one-roomed house. But the back wall, which butts up against the big opera house style, maybe more like train station-y, like a big government official kind of building. She says, whenever you're ready, just go ahead and go through this door, which will take you to a second smaller room, which I will then lock this door behind you, and then you can go out through the following door.
Should we, for those of us who have never traveled through the gates,
Yes.
What are some things that we should know?
Yeah, you probably have a lot of questions. So the Nexus is not as safe as it once was. Which the less time. Where are you heading to? And Darius says, we're going to the homeland. And she says, okay, do you know which portal on the homeland? And he says, we're just going to Prim Urbum. And she says, oh, okay, then what you're going to want to do is after you come out of this portal, once you're in the Nexus, you're going to want to go left, and you're going to want to take that main route all the way down to the end. He says, yes, I know. And she says, oh, okay, that's just fine, but just be careful if you go another direction. There's all kinds of things now. Some portals are still active. Some of them are on the fritz, which means we don't exactly know what's going on. Much of the actual building itself is ruined. If you stay on the well-traveled paths, they stay pretty guarded, and the less time you have to spend in there, the better. But be sure that you go forward and then take a direct left. You'll be coming out pretty much towards the center hub, and the main door then will take you out. And Darius says, you're wasting our time with all these instructions. I will be able to make sure that they get out to the other side.
Right.
She says, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was a little concerned. The Nexus has to be in terrible condition right now. Isn't there all kinds of, planar seepage and stuff?
Yes, oh yes.
Okay.
There's some planar seepage. Most of the larger portals are in pretty good condition, but some of the smaller ones are in need of repair.
Yeah, why? Yeah, they haven't been used in thousands of years. Of course.
Exactly.
Okay, this is going to be fascinating. I can't imagine that many elves are using this even now.
No, just people who usually have to go very far, very fast.
Right. Yeah, it's not safe enough to use as a main resort.
Very efficiently.
All right.
Can you get sick from breathing the air in the Nexus?
You can hear Darius snort. And she says, no. The Nexus itself is still on the material plane. It's just mostly overgrown by jungle. Most of the facilities, again, have fallen into disrepair. It's quite a large center, and again, there's plenty of portals. But if you're just going to Prim Urbum, then you will be fine, because you only have to go one way into the Nexus, and then you don't have to go through another portal on the other end.
Right. Okay. Great. And I turned to Darius. Prim Urbum. I thought we were heading up towards Marrington.
Christine.
Yes, they don't like it when you mess with the portals.
Oh. Great. Well, that's good. Okay. Good. Yeah. Yep. Going to Prim Urbum. It's good. Let's
Who wants to go first?
I will.
I will.
Transmonovan, please, if you would.
Great. And he kind of excitedly like he's looking at the arch and he's going.
She opens the she opens the second locked it looks like a smaller room, like it's an airlock.
Totally.
And inside is just a small room. There's some benches to be comfortable while you're waiting. You walk inside. Darius follows immediately after you. You guys walk in the airlock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking everywhere. Yeah. Oh, this is exciting.
There's no light in the airlock. She says, "Okay, so I will unlock the far door once this door is safely locked with the mechanism on my side. I'll give you 10 minutes before I will close it again. Or actually, if you close the door once you're all safely out, then I will be able to unlock this door."
Right. Good.
Excellent. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
She closes the door. And it's pitch black in this tiny room, which is maybe like 10 feet by 4 feet, just wide enough for like the door and a little more. And Darius says, "Well, would you care to do the honors, Transmodovan?"
Absolutely.
It opens, and the first thing that you feel is a like humid, hot jungle air as you open it. You can see that most of the air is coming out of this archway in the center of the room. It's a huge room with probably 20-foot tall ceilings. It's completely, there's no sunlight that's in there except for maybe a few shafts. You can see that out of the portal have a long time ago, which stands in the center of the room, up a dais, up maybe 3 levels of dais, to a portal in the center. Vines have grown out of the portal, jungle vines, and have sort of taken over this room. So even though Sherry is in a jungle climate, this area is jungle climate. There's a few birds that are like tropical birds that are like moving around in there, and the air itself is really humid because they keep this room pretty locked down.
Whew. Whew. It's warm in here, eh?
Tell me about it.
In the center, you see, of course, the portal. It looks like a simple archway that, like 2 pillars and then an arch at the top, but it has an astral plane shimmer to it. It also smells of, no, it doesn't smell of ozone. It smells, it has an undescribable kind of a smell to it that can only be identified as the smell of the astral plane, which you and it does have an ozone smell because you'll briefly touch the ethereal plane when you're shifting, so it has like an ozone smell to it.
Wow, they've already got an astral gateway up. That's wow. I actually, that might even be simpler to open than a link between 2 spots on the material plane. And I start just, ranting about that kind of thing. But how do they compensate for the Vetuvius factor?
And are we at all points during our journey on this plane?
No, technically you'll briefly touch the ethereal plane.
Yeah, the airlock room is sort of a midway point. It's technically still material, but it's sort of a trans-dimensional space.
When we walk through that portal in front of us, we will briefly touch the ethereal plane as we then reach another spot on the material plane. Down south to the homeland. Then when we walk through the other portal, once we have it up and running, we will again touch the ethereal plane and then re-enter the material plane as we go to Merrington.
Well, what are we waiting for?
I'm not waiting.
All right, Vel, you run through the portal.
Oh yeah.
Great.
I want a closer look at that astral portal. That's exciting.
Vel, you walk through the portal. The shimmer beyond it like envelops him, and 1 second he's there because again you can see the other side, and it's like he just steps through it and he's not there anymore. And Davon follows after him. Darius. Darius, Davon, Damien. Darius walks through right after him.
And he does the same thing. We go,
Yep. It looks like for a second, like that. There's a lot of force that like pulls them in.
Okay.
We can see the other side, so we can see them.
no,
No.
they're
gone.
No, it's like a shimmer. It's an astral shimmer.
magic. All right, so now that judgy people are out of the room, are we in Moraine now? Still?
Sheraton.
Sheraton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still in Sheraton.
Right.
Yes.
Midpoint.
We're at a midpoint. Okay. And now we'll go walk through that thing and we're going to be in the homeland.
We're gonna be
Sure.
somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Okay. Great. Got it.
On the road between 2 points.
Check. All right. We're on the train. We're on the train.
Can I stick my head back?
No.
All right. We're on the road. Here we go. I'm going to walk through it.
Great. Jamie walks through.
Christine's gonna close her eyes and hold her breath as she like steps through it, trying to like feel the other side.
Great. You touch it. You put your arm through, and because you just like sort of put your arm through daintily, you feel it really tug you in.
Who wants to be last?
Oh God, there we on. Well, no sense in not being unprepared. So he takes out a torch and kind of twirls it in his hand, and then he thinks for a second, takes out a shovel, and then shrugs and walks on through.
All right. Oh, Rasper can do it. Then I should have no qualms, and I step through.
Great. You on the other side. I didn't want to jump to the other side until everyone had been through. You jump to the other side, and for like a second, you get like the sensation that you're falling at like 1,000 miles an hour, just for like a brief second.
Okay.
And then you come to the other side, and Belle's first, so you feel like you're falling at 1,000 miles an hour, and then suddenly you're on the other end, and you sort of like have a hitch step to catch yourself because of the immense energies, because you were just flown, with enough energy.
Can Vel roll a Constitution check to see if he vomits or not?
No, I'll save that for you.
All right, fine. Bring it on.
Great.
That was
he
a
comes-
problem with slow rolling motions.
Not too much.
He lurches through, and then Darius lurches through.
Whoa.
After just a moment, Jamie comes through. Jamie, go ahead and make your contract.
18.
Great, you don't throw up.
Stomach of steel.
You come through. Christine, you kind of, because you put your arm through, you're like really yanked through, and you sort of like twirl out of it, and you fall to the ground with a loud crash. That as Rasper with his step and Clarion step through, you notice that the sound echoes amongst the huge room. Miles and miles of archways. So like it's two columns in an archway, and then a column, but every single one of these, every single like between each one could be a portal. And it just goes on for miles in every direction. You see some of them are still glowing, some of them are not. You see, of course, directly to your left, way down the way, you can see a archway which is letting sunlight in. The room is pretty dark otherwise because most of the torches and stuff are out. There's a few that, again, in like to the straight ahead, because it's pretty much every direction of concentric circles with portals. But pretty much to your left and like directly ahead of you is pretty well lit. There are some jungle vines and stuff. You can see that a lot of the tall ceiling place has had vines that have ripped around it. Some like columns have been collapsed from vines that have pulled them down. There's like large claw marks. So the jungle has overtaken a lot of this room. But to the left, you see sunlight, and Darius counts everyone's heads. Great.
Yeah, Vel's helping Christina. He's like, hey,
Yeah.
you okay?
Yeah, I think I prefer boats and horses, though.
You're crazy.
Is it dark enough to warrant a torch?
Yes.
Great. Rasper lights his torch.
Rasper lights his torch up.
Can these be used
Casts some
for
light.
only this plane, or can Nexus portals be used for planar travel?
These portals here are mostly used for travel within this plane. Portals to other planes are much more dangerous.
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't leave them standing open or anything.
Are there like obvious torches on the walls that are not lit?
Yes.
Right. So as they're talking, Rasper's walking over and lighting a couple.
You light a couple, it sheds some light. Darius says, great. And he starts and turns right. Deep further into the darkness.
Off we go.
Great. We follow.
Wait, you said your workshop is close to here now?
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know.
Oh, a functioning workshop inside Primurbum. That's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
What is Primurbum?
Primurbum is the first city at the center of the homeland.
But there's not a lot of people here.
Oh, there's plenty. It's just very...
Not as many as there was.
Yes.
The entire homeland used to be one solid city.
And
Yes.
now?
Well, now most of it is jungle.
Yeah. Even only a small fraction of Primurbum is actually occupied. Generally, it's the area surrounding the Nexus.
The northern half mostly.
Yeah.
The further south you get, the more, how do I put this, idiotic the elves tend to get. Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
Took you that long to get idiotic?
He looks at Clarion with slits for eyes.
He probably knows a lot of insults. It takes a while to sort through them.
He's walking further down the way, into the darkness of the Nexus.
I'm counting portals as we're going.
Great.
I'm lighting torches on the walls as we're walking.
I'm scampering around, looking at all the stuff.
So most of the portals are deactivated.
Mm-hmm.
But every so often there will be one that's kind of glowing. There's some elvish runes at the top that identify it, mostly by ancient names for places that don't exist anymore. So for like, you'd have to kind of have a pretty good map to travel around Aeron. But if you knew Elven geography, you'd be able to get around certain parts pretty easily.
Oh, so can we like see through the portals like we saw through the first one? Or
No,
is it just a shimmer?
it's kind of just it's you can maybe catch glimpses of some things, but for the most part, it's a shimmer.
Behind locked doors?
No, that one is just an airlock.
Oh, okay.
That one is to prevent anything that comes out of the portal from not getting into Sherryton.
Hmm.
Is there a complex network of oil that goes in a maze, and then when you light one, it like the whole thing down.
There was, so you light one and maybe a few of them light up, but a lot of the once great maze of oil,
I figure every advanced labyrinth needs a labyrinth of
a
oil
national
channels.
treasure
Yeah,
style.
I was gonna say, like a national treasure.
There's also a
Yeah.
series of mirrors on sticks. They position just right. to
Well,
get
there
the-
once was systems like that, but they've fallen apart. So maybe you'll light one torch, and 3 or 4 of them down the way will light up.
Right.
But
So there
then
are
you'll
bowls
see
of
that-
oil or something like that. Okay.
But then some of them have collapsed.
Great.
And he, Darius looks at you as you're lighting these things, and he says, "Be careful how much we light. We don't want too many people to be able to follow us."
Oh, good point.
Okay.
49.
And Vel's babbling, because he's constantly babbling as he's looking around. He's going, the way that they incorporated the interface with the ethereal plane is fascinating. I never would have thought of opening a gateway by basically hurling through the ethereal plane to get there.
Jamie, you reach about 250.
250 gates.
Yeah, and then you turn around a corner and go down another 25 more. Turn right another 25 more, and then there is a portal. And Darius says, "Here it is," and he examines it for a moment. You can see that there's like some crystals and some runes that are in the top, and a few sockets for missing crystals.
Missing
And he
crystals.
frowns, and he says, "You expendable humans, why don't you look on some of these archways going that direction for crystals that might fit in there and there? They're going to be blue and white."
All right.
All right, I'll check the archways going that direction.
Rasper heads in one of the directions.
Great. Give me a perception check.
Huh.
Are you going to, Christine?
What's using my name?
Oh, he's not going to
Oh.
do that.
You're just standing there frowning at him.
Here.
Yeah, and listening. Using passive perception to make sure nothing attacks us.
Okay.
5.
Okay. Great. So Rasper just kind of looking around, looking for shinies.
He's like, is that the right shape? It's like a
And
square.
then we learned Rasper was colorblind.
And also doesn't know his shapes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Rasper's probably also a little uneasy about this whole
Oh,
thing. So
totally.
every
Yeah.
time he like
It's
starts,
magic, so
yeah,
it's
he's
kinda,
like looking around his shoulders all the time. Claire, it looked like you were gonna say something.
Oh, I was gonna. Come on, Christine. I wanted to talk to you about something, or at least, yeah,
Okay,
about this whole thing.
sure.
I mean, stay away from the unpleasant elf.
Yes. What's going on? I
So
started
there's-
looking.
Yeah, we're looking for.
Are you going the same way Rasper went, or a different way?
Different way.
Great.
Different way. So does a portal already exist in Marenton?
Not to my knowledge. From what he said, it sounded like it was on the outskirts. I don't really remember what all the runes around Marenton are.
Oh.
But, I mean, they're all old, so there might at least be one that has a portal close to Marenton. But to my knowledge, I have never seen a portal in Marenton.
No elven writing or anything?
In the distance, you hear Jamie shuffle up to Darius. Go, listen. If you want these guys to help you, you gotta start respecting them at least a little bit.
He is like poking around at the archway. He's like making sure certain runes are like scraped in enough, and he hears what you say. He reacts to the fact that he hears you, but he doesn't respond. And he says, "Vel, do you want to help me etch all these runes out?"
Yeah, sure. And Vel runs back from a few portals down where he was probably doing something similar but less productive.
And Jamie, he's just not. He just doesn't respond.
I'm gonna make a perception check. 11.
And what are you looking for? I'm sorry.
I'm looking for gems too, right?
Oh, you're looking for the gems.
Mhm.
Great.
Okay.
You start to, as you maybe notice that there's a blue gem that's on the ground that looks like one that could work that's fallen off of another one. But you also smell a very, very strong ozone smell coming from farther down into the darkness.
Mhm.
And as you look towards the direction of the smell, you see a flash of bright white light that happens when there's a planar opening.
Uh-oh.
And no procure.
Oh.
You wish it was the procure.
Oh no!
And out comes there's like granted with it is a huge like shoot up of fire as this probably 25-foot tall monster is like flung like just even down a few feet at an extremely high velocity, which is what happens when you plane shift. It's immense forces that are at work, and this huge behemoth just falls down to the ground, cracking the stone, and a couple of arches fly up, and you can just see his red eyes as it looks at you from down the hallway.
So what is it?
You don't know.
You can't see the shape.
20,
you can't
it's
see the
25
shape of
feet
it?
tall. It's a slightly humanoid shape. Very muscular. It looks almost like an ogre or a giant.
Okay.
But you can. But
It's too big.
it's a little bigger than an ogre. No, it's definitely bigger than an ogre. It's like the size of most giants, and its skin is covered in like tons of spiked barbs.
Guys, I think we're gonna need some help down here.
It has a huge mouth that smiles as it's filled with teeth and it like a huge Attack on Titan style mouth. As it, like, smiles at
Quickly.
you. Everyone roll initiative.
Woohoo! 14.
Oh, I already have them.
Yeah.
I already have them.
I wish I was using this roll.
Let's throw your guys on there. Vel, Jamie, and Darius are by the portal. I know that we can't. We'll use. I bet I
Can you
have
grab
this one.
Raspers for me too?
He's up there.
Here's Rasper. We have a couple of this one, right?
Yes, the
We're-
one with the
Oh no.
Sorry,
Yeah,
everybody.
no, what
we're-
is it?
That's it.
Sorry, everybody. We're not. We actually are missing our table cam this time, but we're not. We're not too worried about
We're not doing the
distances or
grids.
anything.
I just want to know where you guys are. We'll use. So you guys are at the portal zone, and then I will have this.
Down a hallway.
I'll have this
We're
stack
down.
of dice just to represent the big guy. Yes, this is the other. Rasper's down this hallway,
Right.
and Christine and Clarion are all the way in Hall 3. Great.
This is
And
just
so
so
moving
we
is
have
just-
an idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Of
And
where
moving
one
to zone
is.
to zones is just
Yeah.
easy. We've done it, that kind of
Yeah.
thing before.
Yeah.
Jamie, you're first. You hear Clarion and Christine from down the hall say, "We need a little help here."
Okay, I'm going to hear that. And I'm going to look at Vel, and we're going to share like a what could it be, and then I'm going to move that way down to Hall 3.
Great.
Hall
So
one.
you move.
Hall
You can move one zone. You were at the portal, so you're in the room zone now.
I'm in the room zone. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it bigger
not
than the
nice.
hallway, or is it?
It like
Can
takes up the hallway.
So it like squeegees through the hallway like.
Not quite where it's squeegeeing,
Oh,
but
yeah,
not quite where it's like squeegeeing, but it like takes up. It is big in
It
the
takes a
hallway.
significant portion of it.
So like it could, but it can still move through the hallway
Yes,
with
And stand out.
relative ease. Like
Correct.
if we were crouching in a hallway like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just trying to.
It can probably barely stand up in others. So.
Yeah. No. The ceilings
No.
are tall. It can definitely
Yeah.
stand up. In there.
Okay. It's just,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And Jamie, you move to the room. Clarion, you're up.
I pull out my crossbows and I look at it, trying to identify what it is.
Okay. Arcana.
13.
Yeah, you recognize it from some drawings you've seen. You know it as a swallow demon. It's a swallow devil, excuse me. It's a devil of gluttony and sloth, and it is one of the punishers of hell.
Guys, it's a swallow devil.
What does that mean?
I think it means it'll eat people.
Very
You're
absurd.
firing your crossbow.
And I'm gonna take a shot. 4. No, it's gonna be more than that. Well, 9, but yeah.
Okay. Your crossbow bolt flies at it and ricochets off it and embeds in the ceiling.
I'll try and get the others, Christine, and I moved on all one.
Oh yeah, I can take this.
Rasper,
That'll be
you're
great.
up. Rasper, make a
Which
perception
probably-
check to see if you hear all this. 'cause
Yeah,
you're pretty far
The
away.
echo. No, natural 1.
Okay. Rasper, you hear like something go from like further down the hallway.
Further down.
Down the hallway that you're in, like towards.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Oh shit.
Or at least you think you do.
So actually, it's coming from the direction I'm walking.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I look back and how far am I? Just like roughly, am I like 100 feet? Am I like 200 feet?
Yeah, it's probably. I was gonna say each hallway is like 50 feet. Each like section of the hallway of
Okay.
the room is like 50 feet across.
So it's not terribly far.
No.
I keep. You know what? He's gonna keep walking down.
Okay, you walk down a little further.
He pulls out his shovel. He's a little more cautious now, but he keeps going.
Great, Christine.
Clara, we need to keep it in this hallway. If he breaks that portal, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I think we need to get it out in the open so we can attack it from all sides.
Make a decision.
All right, I'm going to throw my javelin at it.
Oh yeah.
Lightning
Magic.
You
javelin.
throw the javelin and a clap of thunder. Where do you throw it?
So, yeah. Okay, I think we're all cursed today because
What do you got?
Yeah.
There hasn't been a lot of rolls yet.
Yeah.
11. I rolled a
11.
2.
11.
Just gonna put that out there.
As you throw it, clap of thunder as it leaves your hand. You're using your glass one, right?
Yeah.
And you can see that it falls just short of the devil. Why did I write demon? What's wrong with me? It's a devil.
Demons, devils, Darius, Damien.
Too many D's.
Too many D's.
That's the name of this episode. Too many D's. Or maybe
I don't think
D
we
is
want
for
it to be
dad.
searchable under
Careful.
the name Too Many
Ooh,
D's.
that's good.
Careful.
D is for
D is for dad is a
D is for
so-
dad.
And it just embeds itself sticking up in the floor. Val.
Okay. I just heard that. I'm gonna keep working on the portal with Darius and kind of turn over my shoulder and be like, "Let me know if they need anything, Jamie."
Okay.
Okay.
So
The giant clap of
Yeah.
thunder didn't tip you
I
off.
said the devil. I said it was. I said that to more than just.
Were
me
you
and her.
you yelled that down
Yeah.
the 50-foot hallway? Could I hear that whole thing?
yeah,
You
you're.
heard me say I need help,
make a
and then you
perception
didn't
check.
hear. It's a swallow demon.
Okay, I don't know. I thought you guys were further away than that. I didn't think you were yelling the whole thing. 10.
Yeah, you can hear it if you'd like.
If you'd like. If I'd like. Okay, sure. All right.
Whatever you want to do. If you want to hear it, you can hear it. If you don't want to have heard it, you don't.
Well,
have to.
everybody's gonna get mad at me if I don't hear it. So, all right. I hear them yelling for help, and I hear the thunderclap, and
So you're running after Jamie.
yeah, I'm gonna run after Jamie. I'm gonna double move, I guess.
Okay.
'Cause, yeah.
Okay.
Drop everything. Run that way.
Great. Darius doesn't move. Meanwhile, this thing is gonna just boom, 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 run down the hallway. It's again like 20 feet tall, and he's gonna move into your hallway, into where you guys are, and he's gonna just take his 2 fists, and he's got a fist for Christine and a fist for Clarion.
Oh.
Clarion doesn't do well with large things with big fists.
This sounds familiar.
Here we go.
Is
there a wind up? Please tell me there's a wind up.
No, 24, Christine.
Yeah, barely.
13 damage, and Clarion 18.
Whoa.
Also, let's see. Christine, he's going to, so he's hit both of you each with a fist. He's gonna reach down and try to. He's gonna make a grapple attempt against you, Christine.
Try and eat you.
So he make a athletics or
Yeah, the dex
as a,
is one.
yeah, or
Acrobatics.
I'm gonna
that's the one.
do athletics. 14.
Okay, so he is big enough that he's gonna just like palm you,
Okay.
and he beats you. So he has you grappled,
Okay.
and then he's going to try to bite you for his last attack. 13.
No.
So tell me how you.
He goes to bite me, and as he does, I bring my shield up over, also drawing it, and so he just bites down, tries to bite down on the shield.
Does your shield bite back?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't. Its mouth is closed. It's had all the blood it wants today. Yeah, so it's in its mouth. We're up at the top, Jamie.
All right. Jamie can like see just like the silhouettes of all this going on, so he's gonna book it towards the next zone, and he sees like Christine like desperately trying to block this guy's mouth, and he's gonna try and get inside this guy's brain. Does he look intelligent?
Yes.
He looks intelligent. Okay.
Yes, he does.
Then he's gonna start throwing some laughter inside of his brain.
Okay. Will save.
Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, 18.
18 passes.
Tell me what it looks like when you cast your spell.
All right, so I run up, I see this happening, and then all of a sudden I go like this, my hands like this, and my eyes start to glow, and then like you can just see like light coming out of like green light coming out of like my hair turns slightly, like a greenish light tinge, and that's you see me just standing there and like maybe some like wind rustles around. Or something
You see his face kind of like a twinge of laughter, and then he looks over in your area and he starts uttering infernal curses at you with like really deep, really deep voice. You can you've moved, you've taken an action. We're gonna move to Clarion.
I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
And move into the. Are these things common in these parts? And I run into the room. We know the help we can get.
Rasper. That brings us to Rasper. Go ahead and make a.
The thunderclap. Where is that coming from?
Oh, you heard the thunderclap. That's coming from down that hallway.
Oh, great.
You went Christine through the thing.
Okay, so as soon as that happened, he turned heel and started to run back toward the main room. So I guess that's where he's moving.
Yeah.
And by now, he's probably at the far end of this room, seeing these guys start to freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Great. How far? Like, I guess I had to run as far as I could there.
Yeah, that was. Or you could double move.
The fighter's second move, that's just an attack, right? It's not actually a second movement.
You'd have to action surge if you wanted to make another movement and attack.
Anybody can double move.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just takes your action.
All right. He's double moving.
Right.
Does Darian say
Darius.
Darius?
No. He's like fully focused on getting this portal up.
Great. So he runs past Darius and is.
And you have the blue rock because you found one.
Oh. So I.
Oh no, that was Clarion. Clarion has the blue rock.
Oh, okay. You did pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
All right. So he's running. He's running all the way.
Double move.
Perfect. Move him up next to. He's up next to Clarion. Christine.
I'm going to try and break grapple.
Okay.
Watch out, Rasper, it's a swallow demon.
What? He doesn't even.
Go ahead.
Strength checks.
Yeah. And I make one too. Oof.
20.
More.
Oh.
than you.
No, I have
Or
more.
you have more. Okay.
I have more.
So I don't break grapple. I mean, can I?
The only thing that being grappled does is your speed becomes 0,
Okay.
but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
You can still attack him.
Great. Then I'm gonna attack him twice. I'm gonna.
Does it take her action to try and break the grapple? Or
That
is it just
is
a thing?
no. Trying to break is your action, I believe. So I'll let you take that back because I
Okay.
think you were under the impression you
I
could
was-
not attack.
Yes, that is true. Okay. So then I'm going to attack him. I'm going to have my shield out. I'm gonna draw my sword, and using that motion to do my first attack. 18 to hit.
Yes.
9 damage.
Great.
And second attack.
You see that your magical weapon, the knot of steel, cuts right through his sharp hide, but as you do so, a couple of errant spikes hit you and deal you 3 damage.
Past my armor.
Yeah. It just like as you're hitting it, the spikes are gonna just attack you. It's
Okay.
because his hide is barbed.
Okay.
And you said you dealt how many damage? I'm sorry. I hear 9.
Yeah.
Did I hear 4?
You heard 9.
Okay. Great.
Okay, and then second attack with actually on my first attack I'm gonna use a bonus action. Oh, I can't shove him. Never mind. Yeah, then I'm just gonna shove him again. 20.
Yeah, that hits.
9 more damage.
Okay. Excellent. Oh my goodness, can I math today?
No matter.
Beautiful. When you hit him that time, 3 more damage.
Okay.
As again, more spikes. It's like every time you hit him, there's enough spikes to in order to do enough force, it pokes you some uncomfortable places. Val, you're up.
Okay. Val kind of comes in here and he skids and he goes, "Whoa!" And then he goes, "Drop the noble lady," and he pulls out a tiny gem, and it starts to float in front of him, and a couple of specific runes start to glow kind of a greenish color on it, as the color seeps off of the room and forms an acid chromatic orb. That he's then going to project at the thing, but he's going to roll a natural 1.
Oh,
no. Okay. The orb shoots out and just gets all over the side of a portal, and you can see like one of the columns gonna dissolve.
Broke a thing. I broke a bad thing.
This guy is going to, after he has learned he can't eat Christine, is going to just drop you in Hall 3.
Okay.
And he's going to charge towards Jaime.
At least he still dropped the noble lady.
And he's going to attack you with his fist. He's going to actually make 2 fist attacks against you. That's a critical threat. And does 16 hit?
16 does hit.
Okay.
Threat.
Ooh,
That's
no.
not a thing.
Jamie. It's not a threat anymore. It just is a critical.
It's just a critical.
Okay. So that's gonna be a total of 26 damage,
Ochi mama! Alright.
and he's gonna make a grapple against you.
Okay.
And you can hear in your brain through telepathy. He says, "Puny, you think that's funny, little man? I'm gonna show you funny." And he'll grapple you. So he is making a 12. So you make either athletics or acrobatics.
I will do athletics. In the middle of the book. Ooh, natty 1.
Great.
What's going on?
You are grappled. This is scary.
This is yes, very scary.
So you are now grappled in his hand, and he's gonna try to bite you.
Oh God, no.
Yes, because he gets 2 of these abilities. 15.
That's a hit.
All right. So he's gonna pick you up, and he's just gonna swallow you. You are inside.
Wait, what? Really? I have hit points left.
I know. You're inside of him. You're still alive. You're inside of him.
Oh, all right.
You are.
I'm gonna bite myself and become like a big. Okay. Looks like I just entered the belly of the beast.
And you take from
Good
the.
knowing you, Jaime.
You take 10 damage from the bite.
I'm dead, or I'm down inside the stomach.
Oh no.
All right. We're at the top. Jamie, are you actually at 0?
I'm at -2.
Okay. So yeah, you make your saves now.
Let's see.
Constitution save. All right.
Did I ever turn that around?
You
you
should
double
have.
Double.
Yeah.
Oh, double movement.
Why didn't you give me the amulet yet?
Give him the amulet. You gave him the amulet. We're never gonna get to it unless you just give it to him.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
As is getting eaten, he goes.
And the amulet ring tosses around his neck.
Right as he gets swallowed.
But
That's
full
one way to
disclosure, they have been talking about Rasper giving him this amulet since he got it, and we've not gotten to it, so now it's done.
Right. We're retroactive.
You have the amulet, so you automatically stabilize.
I automatically stabilize. Like how many hit points? Like
No. Stabilize just means you're not bleeding to death.
Yeah,
anymore.
you don't have to make con saves. To
okay,
not
so I'm
die
just
from
like
lying there.
dying.
You're
I
unconscious.
can still make actions.
You're unconscious.
No, you're
Okay.
unconscious.
No, you're
But not bleeding to death.
Not dying. Okay.
Right.
Except for you're still in its stomach.
Clarion, then you're up.
Do I make an acid constitution check or anything?
Not yet.
Oh god. Okay.
I'm gonna take the blue gem and say, "Are you even gonna help us? The thing just swallowed your son." And I chuck the blue rock at him.
He like it doesn't. He tries to catch it, but he's not super.
I'm aiming at
coordinated.
him.
Yeah, it hits me
Aiming
right.
at him.
Go ahead.
25.
Yeah, you hit him in the back of the head, and he says, "Hey!" And he turns around for once, and he says, "Oh, good." He says, "The sooner I can get this portal open, the sooner we can get out of here." And he
Your son's in its
gets up his
stomach.
hands into place. Well, then get him out. You get him out of there, and I'll get us out of here. Moving on, is that your... I'm not going to require that as your action. You're
Cool.
just
Then I
getting-
pull out my wand of magic missile and I blast the.
How many charges?
I'm gonna use 6 of them.
Great.
Using all my
Okay.
D6s. Perfect. The monster is.
Using D6s.
Perfect. Now the one can put Jamie
Oh, yeah,
inside of the
it's
box.
using
D4.
D4.
Magic missiles D4s,
Or
right?
is it? Okay.
I don't know. I don't have
Yeah,
it written
I
down.
Perfect.
34.
7 and 10 is 17 plus 1 for each is 26. No.
23.
23.
It's 3 initial and then 1 additional for each additional spell shot. If it's a normal casting of magic missiles, I don't.
No,
It's
no,
I think it says
the
it
wand is a
says
D3
on
It's just,
per.
it's just 1 missile per. Okay, that makes sense.
Great. You shoot 6 beams out of the tip of your wand. Oh, and they hit the guy a bunch of times. Oh. And it hurts him a lot.
Oh, that's the D6 I was thinking. It regains D6 charges.
Cool. Let's see, Rasper.
Rasper. As Rasper, so I guess Rasper gets there just in time to see Jamie get eaten for the amulet. By now he's closing in, and he's gonna go for a big leap and downward cut attack with his shovel.
Wonderful. Let's roll.
So, and like 26.
Yes. Hell yes.
All right, let's roll this.
You're right.
Ooh.
It works. It's
7 damage.
Your magical shovel just.
Can I combine? So I guess it has one big attack since
Sure.
I'm gonna do another roll here. Great, 27.
Yes.
All right. 13.
Great. So what is that total?
20 total, right? 7, 15.
20.
You don't add proficiency to damage.
21.
I'm not.
He's not.
Okay, good.
21.
Great. Yeah. So describe
Seven
what it
plus
looks like. You are, of course,
13.
gonna take 6 damage as
Great.
the spikes hit you.
Is it hurt pretty bad, or can I? It's not dead, right?
No.
Okay.
Does
So-
he perhaps cut a hole in the
But that's
stomach?
that's
of-
that's what I'm
no.
going for.
Okay.
No, not yet. You gotta deal some more. If you wanna.
All right, but it hurts it pretty bad.
Yeah.
Great. So it slices it down the front and opens up a pretty good gash. Like it's deep, but not deep enough to get in its skin yet.
The spikes are just falling to the ground, and it now glares at Rasper after just hurting it. And you hear in your mind a dark voice saying, "Oh, you too? Let's do this." Christine.
I'm gonna run, grab the javelin that's sticking out of the ground in this hallway, and then just chuck it at the back of him.
Great.
14.
Yes, that hits.
15, I guess 18.
Definitely hits.
4 piercing damage.
Uh,
No, for
strength.
8 piercing damage.
You're using strength, right?
Yeah. 8 piercing damage.
Another clap, thunder, as you hurl the glass javelin, and it sticks him right in the shoulder. And he still is like glaring at Rasper, but he sees that the javelin's embedded in his shoulder.
Okay. Can I make my second attack?
Yes.
And I'm going to acne slashy.
You're okay. I'll let it go. Go ahead.
Okay. 14 to hit.
Yes, 14 hits.
11 more damage.
Wonderful. Yeah, tell me what it looks like.
So I toss the javelin and then run up and just slash him across the back. Get him from behind.
Vel.
All right. Crap, Jamie, spit that up. It's probably bad for you. And I'm going to pull out a little band of rubber, and I'm gonna point one end at like some of the rubble from the gate I just destroyed. I'm gonna pick a good sized chunk of rock from that, and I'm gonna cast catapult on it and throw it straight at the guy's stomach.
Just trying to give him the Heimlich.
Roll some damage.
Actually, let's see. He makes a dex save.
Okay. Who? 13?
That's barely a fail. So he's gonna take. I was casting this as a level 3 spell.
Okay.
Because I wanted to throw a big, like 15-pound chunk of rock at him.
Great.
So that's going to do 5d8 damage to him, and the piece of rock that I threw at him. Give me your
I need all of
d8s.
back.
No, they're mine now.
No.
There, you can use mine. I'm not gonna be using them.
That's okay. So
For rolling.
let's
any
see.
character
That's
name.
14, 17, 20, 24 damage as the boulder.
Bludgeoning?
Yes.
Okay.
Bludgeoning damage.
Beautiful.
As it collides with his midsection with colossal force.
Between your blow and Rasper's blow, it looks like this guy is starting to have a little bit of stomach pain with Jamie in there. You see him go, "Rrr," and he's going to make a con save to see whether or not he throws Jamie out. He fails, so he goes "Rrr," when the rock hits his stomach, and Jamie falls prone, covered in goop.
Ugh.
Wonderful. Now, of course, that Jamie's no longer in him, he smiles at Rasper and says, "More room for you!" And he's gonna come at you with a couple of fists. 15,
No.
21.
Yes.
He's gonna hit you for 13 damage.
Great.
Actually, I'll roll. I gave this guy a bunch of d12s for damage, just because I wanted to roll d12s. 10 damage.
Well, the Rasper dodges the first one and then gets smacked by the second.
And he's going to, as a bonus action, make a grapple attack against you. So he's making an athletics of 12, so you can make athletics or acrobatics.
I'll do athletics.
Yeah.
20 something. Who cares?
Yeah, 23.
Okay. He starts to like try to grab you, and you grab his hand.
Oh, crap.
And he's pretty mad at you. So even though he can't grapple you, he's still gonna try to bite you.
Great.
14.
No.
You like as you're like fighting his hand off, he comes down to like try to bite you, but you just
I was
like
thinking
throw
I was
his
fighting
own.
the teeth.
Oh no! The grapple is just to like grab
just
his
his
hand.
arm.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you're
okay,
grabbing his hand.
Oh,
then he
sure.
comes down to bite you, and you like throw his hand off, so he like slaps himself in the face.
Stop hitting yourself.
So he's pretty pissed, and he narrows his eyes. Darius, you can see, he pounds the thing into place, and he finishes. He says, "I almost have this. Just maybe 40 more seconds."
And a white stone.
And a white stone. We're back at the top with Jamie, who is still unconscious, but stabilized.
Stabilized, but unconscious.
And don't have to take acid damage in the stomach.
Yay.
Rasper. No, Clarion.
Rasper, grab Jamie and get out of there. And you are inspired. I don't have my stones. Ah, no.
They're right behind you.
Are they?
down there.
Yeah, they're all in there. We'll worry about that. And then I pull out my crossbow and I pull the trigger. I'm feeling lucky. 17.
Yes, 17 hits.
And D46, jeez. D6. Boom! Take that, 2!
Blink. You see that it like barely does anything.
It's in the ear.
Yeah.
Pierces.
He has like tall, like pointy, almost like bunny-ish ears, like almost like fox ears, but then like covered in spines. And you like pierce one of them, and now like light is able to come through, and you can see that pisses him off. Pisses him off greatly. Says, "You pay for that." In your brain, of course. Rasper.
Rasper throws the hand aside, and he dashes forward again, making the same cutting motion, trying to line up the shovel in the same spots. 19.
19 hits.
Alright. For 11 damage.
Great.
And he's doing the super hit again. Then,
Yes.
yes. 21.
Yes.
Ooh, 16 damage.
16.
16.
Ooh, some big hits.
And he's gonna action surge. He's putting it all into this one.
Put all the line.
I'm thinking like those videos of like whalers and stuff where it just opens up and oh yeah. Like 20
Yeah, that's
something
win.
crazy.
7, 8.
8.
You get
Ones
2
and
more
twos, right?
attacks because it's an action surge. So you get
Oh,
an
that's
addition.
right.
And 1s or 2s are rerolled?
Yeah, you roll 1 or 2s.
Oh, nice.
11.
Ooh,
That was the miss.
Yeah, maybe 9, 10, 12.
12 hits.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Oh, because
He's
Oh.
yeah, he's a big guy. A big
Yeah.
tower.
11.
So you just did 33 damage total?
I lost it. Was that right?
Yeah, because I had an 11 and 11. I'm going to say it's 33.
Great. He does a great big leap and
Yeah, wonderful. You deal him 30 damage. And he screams out in pain. You don't quite cut through to his stomach.
all right, but the gash opens wider.
Yeah, he's like, you can see like, cause he's a devil, so he's made out of like smoke and ash underneath, and he's like hissing and popping as he just cries out in pain and cursing his infernal makers. And you do catch Kumbhakarna in there somewhere as he's calling out. in his infernal curses. Christine, you're up.
Great. I'm going to slash at his Achilles heels.
Okay.
22. to
Yes.
hit. 6 damage for the first attack. Second attack. 23 to hit.
Yes.
7 more damage. I'm also going to take my action surge and do 2 more attacks. Natural 20.
Yeah, that's critical. Yeah. Yeah.
15. And my last one. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
6 more damage.
Wow. And then 6 more.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
Beat down.
So between his 2 Achilles heels, I just like slash him back and forth.
Yeah, you just cut him down, and he kind of falls to the ground. Is hamstrung the word?
Yes.
Yeah, he's hamstrung.
Well,
He's Achilles strung.
yeah, I don't know. It's lower than his hamstrings weren't hit. His Achilles tendons were. But
He was Achilles
yes, yes.
strung.
You
and
Achilles tendon.
he falls. He like kind of
We're all
falls down
part
to
of
his
the same
knees.
system, though, so.
Val.
Is he prone now? No.
So
No,
he's
you're up.
Just on his knees.
okay. He's just on his knees. Like,
Still makes him 20 feet tall.
all
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right. Val goes back to his other hand. He's like, I know we've been fighting, but please. And his chromatic orb gem glows one more time. It's going to glow with some lightning here, and I'm going to just cast this as a level 1 spell towards his face. There we go. 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Ah, bazap. That's going to be 3d8 lightning damage. I have the d8s. That's going to be 16 lightning damage. Zap.
Great.
In
You
his
can
face.
you can see that the lightning courses through his body and up and around as the lightning arcs over some of the arches, and you can see his skin hiss and burn, and he again curses for being thrown to this material plane. He's mad now. And you can see that he's barely hanging on. So he's got a. Who's that? Oh, that's Jamie right next to him. Okay.
That's Jamie right next to him.
He's lying down.
He is going to. Rasper just dealt the most damage to him, so he's got a fist for both Christine and Rasper, who dealt him some pretty serious blows.
Okay.
And I needed to. Hit him with 3 attacks.
4.
4. You take 12 damage from those attacks, and you hit him with 3. With
4.
4 as well. 11.
Okay.
Then he's got a couple of fists for each of you.
He can reach me from behind him on his knees.
When you go into
Yeah.
swing, you're
He has 10 foot
vulnerable.
reach.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Okay.
He can, if you can hit him, he can definitely hit you. 16? No.
No.
What am I saying? 23.
Yeah.
23 hits, which is 12 damage.
Okay.
And then he still has. He's gonna try to start a grapple against you because he hit. Oh, Christine, tell me what it looks like when he's
So
swinging
he
down. on the
actually he goes to swing his fist behind him. I block it with my shield, and I'm going to use one of my Battle Master maneuvers.
Oh,
Repose. When I'm missed by a melee attack, I can use superiority die to
great!
to my damage roll. So let's see if I hit him. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
He is dealt 12 damage.
Tell me how he goes down.
Oh, okay.
So he's trying to he hits Rasper and he's trying to palm him. Meanwhile, you dodge his fist and.
I dodge his fist, and I see the javelin in his shoulder, and I take my shield and I just hammer the javelin down, and it hits a major artery.
He doesn't have arteries because he's another being, but where an artery would be, and you see that the javelin shoots out the other end. and he falls to the ground as he turns to dust to return to his own plane.
Just gently pick up.
The javelin.
You hear from down the hall, "If you are done fooling around, I think I'm finished."
Larian,
You
could
know-
you take care of Jamie, please?
I will.
Vel's going to turn around and start marching back towards Darius.
You see that. Go ahead and heal Jamie first.
Jamie, come back.
Now this isn't Jamie rolling, right? Because that
Whoa.
gives you. That's
You heal big.
Yeah, 28.
No, he's healing him.
He's healing me.
He healed you for
The
28.
amulet only
No, that's only if I
Gotcha.
use hit points to heal myself.
Gotcha.
Wow, that almost brings me back up to full. Oh, I should have been a fighter.
It's no walk in the park.
Meanwhile, Belle, you walk over to Darius, and you can see that he has put the blue amulet in, and he's crushed up a bunch of herbs, and he's like crammed them in the hole for the other one. And he says, "I think this will work for a minute."
Okay, I have something that might work better than that. But first, your son almost died back there. We could have really used your help.
He says, he just kind of he looks at you and he says, "I was helping. I was opening the portal."
That wouldn't have helped Jamie if he was still inside of that demon.
Yes, but it would have
Devil.
helped the rest of us.
Yeah, but Jamie would have died.
Transmotivon, we have a lot of important things to do. If we stop every time Jamie hurts himself, we're never going to get anywhere. The boy is prone to accidents.
But he almost died. He got eaten by a devil. That's not an accident. That's your son not being around anymore.
He kind of just looks blankly at you, emotionless. Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, for someone who plays with life as much as you do, clearly you don't value it that much. All right, great. Excuse me. And he's gonna walk back down there and walk up behind you guys. Is he okay?
Yeah, I put a lot of energy into bringing him back.
Good.
I'm fine, Phil. Thank you.
You look
Great.
better than I do.
That's not uncommon.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen!
Back with a vengeance. Rasper, can I get that stone that I lent you a while ago?
Yeah. He reaches into his pocket. He's pretty beaten up too.
Yeah.
He tosses it a couple feet.
Okay. Try to catch it and fumble it and go, oh, thank you. And then I walk back and kind of look and I'm like, it's a transmuter stone. It should be able to substitute
perfect.
for yeah.
He puts it in there, and then the portal just kind of lights up, and you can see the astral shimmer.
Okay, everybody, it looks like the portal's open.
Okay. Let's go.
For how long?
As long as the Philosopher's Stone stays in there.
Yeah. Until I decide to make a new one, I guess.
Do you want
All
to
right.
take a breather now or when we get through?
Let's go.
Let's get through. I don't want to stay in here and wait for another demon to drop on top of us. Clearly, the Nexus hasn't been reclaimed by any real sense. Demons can still just drop out of the sky in here. Devils.
Great.
All right. In we go.
Oh boy.
You guys step through the portal, and again, you feel that jerking sensation as you're thrown through. And you arrive in a familiar location. You realize that part of the Cromer Rocks,
Oh.
which you camped at in Season 1, Episode 4, Havoc and Haddock Part 1. You camped amongst these stones, and you notice that one of the stones in the bizarre archway is actually a portal. And you're about a day's ride away from Merrington.
Sweet.
We'll go ahead and call it there.
Camp here for the night.
Yeah, you camp again amongst the familiar stones.
Wait, is this where,
Yeah,
It's a
as
sound,
the
right?
is this where Clarewolf first showed up?
No.
No.
No,
Yeah.
that
That's
was a
where we're
little
going
later.
through the woods.
That was post Haddock.
Right.
This was pre-Haddock.
So the wind whistles through the
Whistling, yeah.
stones, and they make the whistling noise as your campfire casts the shapes of them. All kinds of strange patterns on the trees. But otherwise, the night passes uneventfully. We'll call it there, and we'll jump right into it. Questions, comments, concerns?
I'm sad.
What?
Why are you sad?
His dad's an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so
That
sorry.
right?
No,
I really hate being this big of an asshole.
Like, I don't know. Like, I just internalized too much of that, I think, and like now I'm just sad.
Yeah.
Also, I try and do one thing, I don't do it. I get pummeled twice and then eaten.
Oh yeah, you got munched.
And then everyone else like has these great like awesome moments, and I get vomited up and lie unconscious for the rest of the encounter. Like
That's how I felt for the past 2 seasons.
You've done plenty.
you've done
Kevin.
plenty.
Yeah.
Stop. I'm tired of this woe is me stuff. You do fine.
I did fine this time, yeah.
The inside of the Nexus is really cool. The environments. I think it's big.
Yeah, I like the whole Nexus thing. That's a good thing. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's a cool.
It's
I-
cool.
visual.
We
I was
gotta-
originally gonna have you guys just walk up the coast, and I said, "No, that's lame."
No, it's pretty cool.
That was fun. You got a glimpse of the homeland and a little bit of.
So these like
Nexus
portals
stuff.
inside are the portals different sizes then going down like the corridor?
Some of them.
Are they like aligned like a perfect hallway, or are they kind of like, is it spaced weirdly like there's
A little bit of both. It is so it's like concentric circles with like lots of hallways,
right.
like moving out from them.
Huh. Alright, cool.
So we met Jamie's dad. We went to the Nexus. That was fun. The Nexus was fun.
The swallowing.
Yes,
demon
I was a
devil.
swallow demon.
That was fun.
Is that your creation?
This is a monster of my own design.
Ooh.
Swallow demon, and then you crossed out and wrote devil. If you noticed, every time I said it, it was like demon, devil.
Demon.
Yeah.
Demon devil Darius.
Swallow demon just has like it flows way
Yeah.
more off the tongue than swallow devil
It
does.
sure
Yeah.
does.
It's the L's. The L's make it messy.
Swallow devil. Swallow devil.
Swallow devil. 10 thin men intend to attempt to get to the center.
How did that fight feel?
Good.
I thought I was surprised we took it down. I thought it was designed so that as we're running out the door.
I was worried about that, but then
Wow.
he ate Jamie, and I was like, well,
I was like, now we have a choice.
We either need to get Jamie out of him somehow.
No,
Yeah.
that was not
Now choose.
That was not a now choose.
I was hoping that with the swallow action, I wouldn't take any bite damage, so I could have that epic moment of Agent K coming out of the, of the cockroach. I wanted that.
Unfortunately, he packs a punch.
Yeah.
Because he's a challenge.
When all three of his attacks hit a somewhat squishy
Heavily. And
individual.
you had a crit in there too, right?
Yeah, I had a crit.
Oh, and he critted as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah, so I mean, I only have so many hit points.
You only have. Yeah. Well, thank goodness. I was really nervous they wouldn't get you out, dealing enough damage to get you out, because then you start taking 2d12 damage, acid damage while you're in there.
2d12.
What's the
been
negative
toast.
cap or whatever? Like you can still go negative to death.
Oh, I think it's like negative equal to your hit point.
You have to go down to your hit points. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
Someone will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he would have been
tell me
okay
that.
for a few rounds.
Yeah.
I just
Kevin,
didn't know how.
can Vel shrink too? I think?
Yeah.
Hey,
So
she shrunk us.
I was when you said bite thumb, I was totally picturing like Titan like that.
Yeah, that was
But then
a
I
joke.
started, but then I started thinking the opposite. Like, what if someone was inside and you shrank the
I
big
need to
guy
be
on
able.
top of him? And
I need to
warmed
be
up-
able to visually see what I'm shrinking or
But
growing.
if you shrunk
No, I'm
the
saying
devil.
shrunk the devil.
Oh, I could have shrunk the devil.
Oh.
And then when someone's inside of him, it's like and suddenly it's like Prosper's outline.
And wears him like a suit.
I was like thinking that.
I was more worried that would just crush Jamie to death.
Yeah.
Jamie was kind of hurt at that point.
Jamie was unconscious and they pulled stomach acid. So,
Right.
yes.
But-
I like having that demon close around him.
I have to tell you guys that when I was picturing myself in the stomach, there's an episode of Power Rangers where they get swallowed, and it's seriously just a room full of fabric. It's like pink fabric. so that's what I was picturing Jamie was in right now.
Well, that'll be a great segue to next time on Threshold.